Hannah Murray. TRE in the afternoon.
Good afternoon. And joining us now is Sahar Hashemi, OBE, a pioneering entrepreneur best known for co-founding Coffee Republic, the UK's first US-style coffee bar chain, which she grew from a single site to 110 locations and a £30 million turnover. She's the author of Anyone Can Do It, one of the UK's top-selling books on entrepreneurship. She's also the driving force behind Buy Women Built, a fast-growing movement to close the £250 billion gap in female entrepreneurship by bringing visibility and commercial power to women-built brands. Welcome to the show, Sahar.
Thank you very much, Hannah. Thank you for asking me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's lovely to have you with us. And gosh, there's so much I want to ask you. Let's go back to the coffee.
Lovely. We love that.
Let's go back to the Coffee Republic days, if we can. How did all that come about? Because that was obviously such a huge success and a massive big deal.
Yes, that was a very old story, really, that, I was a lawyer and I came across American-style coffee bars and I sort of loved them because I just wanted to drink them myself, really. That was what I wanted. I just couldn't believe that we didn't have great coffee bars in the UK at that time. There was nowhere you can go and get yourself a nice cup of coffee. There were sandwich bars, but not coffee bars. So really, that was how Coffee Republic started many years ago. That was my first entrepreneurial adventure.
And with your book that I mentioned, talking about Anyone Can Do It, that's obviously a really powerful message. So do you really believe that anyone can become an entrepreneur? Because it seems like there's so many skills that you need to be able to do it.
Every skill you need is actually a life skill that you already have. It's just that you never use it in business. And I think that's why women actually make such great entrepreneurs, because it's all about, wanting to use a product as a consumer yourself, being your own customer, and then just being resourceful and just multitasking and doing a zillion things to get it off the ground. So I wrote Anyone Can Do It because I never really thought I was an entrepreneur. I was born a lawyer. I was trained as a lawyer. I didn't really know any entrepreneurs in my life. No one around me had ever started a business. But I just realized that just because I wanted to drink skinny lattes in London, because I couldn't, the ones I'd seen in New York, that idea led me to become an entrepreneur, because I was like, how can I drink them? Okay, you got to start the business. I can't believe it. I'm going to start the UK's first coffee bar chain. But, all that was just opening one store, because you obviously can only start things very small. So in trying to open the one store that I wanted to be a customer of, that's how I became an entrepreneur, which is how, when we grew it to 110 stores and I left, I wrote Anyone Can Do It, because I realized there's actually a system to this. It's not, a skill. It's something we've all got. It's just a kind of almost a method to the madness, if I can say.
Yeah. And also a lot of it, I think, takes guts, particularly in those early days. Many people will have had great ideas, whether it's bringing something that's already out there but in a different country into the market where they live, or creating a brand new product that's never been done before. People might have these ideas, but then to actually bring it to fruition for people who've never done that before, it seems like quite a big leap. And a lot of people just wouldn't have a clue where to start when setting up a business like that or launching a product.
Well, Hannah, my motto in life, and the one that I always go by, is leap and the net will appear. Because the reason why people don't start isn't because they haven't got the capability or the skills. It's because they're scared to take that first leap, to just start. And, the key to life, to entrepreneurship, is just start, write that first email, start, kind of open up a notebook and say my new business idea, start calling a supplier, start kind of making up a fake product and put it on your desk. That's how ideas happen. They start small. They don't start with big things. Because if you wait for the idea to be perfect and you're 100% sure it's going to work, you're never going to do it. And I'm sure there are many entrepreneurs in the audience, people who have started business themselves, who are living in those lands there, the beautiful sunny lands that everyone lives in. I'm sure that's how they've all started their businesses. They've just started. They didn't know how it was going to go. And when you start small, it's not such a big risk, right? So, the worst thing I think you can do in life is wait at the edge of the cliff thinking, oh, should I do it? Should I jump? What's the A plan? What's the B plan? What if it doesn't work? But I think the key to becoming an entrepreneur is you just take the leap.
Yeah.
And my motto, leap and the net will appear, is just always there. But you've just got to start, and it's power in the small.
Yeah, definitely. And I love this idea of Buy Women Built. Just tell us how that came about and what the concept is.
Yeah, I mean, Buy Women Built is something I started in COVID, because in the UK, people don't realize that our rates of female entrepreneurship are very low. They're 30% lower than other developed countries. And that costs the UK economy 200 billion. So people think, oh, why should I care about our rates of female entrepreneurship? Well, you should care, because that's 200 billion. It could be added to our economies, to our society, to our communities. So I had always been part of this report called the Rose Review about the lack of female entrepreneurship in the UK, but didn't know what to do about it. And it was really during the pandemic that I was sitting there looking at my Twitter feed, and a tweet came up that was, not everyone can invest in women, not everyone can mentor women, but we can all buy from them. And that was really just a powerful realization that actually buying, that's how you support people, by buying their products. We talk about investment, mentoring, support, but what's the best customer, the best investor a business can have is customers. And we often forget that. And especially with social media, I was very conscious of all the daughters I have around me. The role models are so wrong. They're influencers. They don't start from the grit up. And yet female entrepreneurs are amazing, because they've often started with nothing but an idea. They come in all shapes and sizes, all backgrounds, all different character, different personalities, different advantages, disadvantages, but they've all had an idea, and they've taken the leap and they've done it. And I thought, what better way to inspire young girls that they can make their dreams come true? They can start businesses as well. And so we started very small again, but now we've got over 3,000 brands in the UK. Could you imagine? And these are just consumer brands that are started by women. And thousands of these brands have got the kite mark on them. So if you're sitting at the breakfast table, and even the milk or the butter or your jam or the bread you buy, if it's built by a woman, you will see the Buy One Milk kite mark. And hopefully some young girl will turn it over, maybe, who doesn't realize how incredible women are, how powerful the female brain is, will take that product, see it's built by a woman, and hopefully something in her will shift, and she will think, well, if she did it, maybe I can do it too.
Yeah.
And that's why I started Buy Women Built.
That's a great message. So how does the website work? Can people buy products through the website, or does the website
No, we don't sell it. I mean, we're doing it just purely as a movement to shine a light. So You'll see the sort of hundreds of thousands of products on the website, but you'll be able to find them. We have our own aisle on Ocado in the UK. If anyone's familiar, it's the UK's only online supermarket. If you put Buy One Built, there's currently a promotion for the next 14 days. 3 for 2 on all Buy One Built goods, and there, thousands of products on there that are built by women. And if you go there, you'll just be surprised that you just have no idea that this brand was woman built. And that's what we hear more than anything is, I had no idea that brand was built by a woman.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I read on the website, and was really saddened to read on the website, but I guess not surprised, is when people were asked to name British entrepreneurs, a lot of people will think of Richard Branson, James Dyson, Peter Jones, but asking young people to name female entrepreneurs and female business owners, 81% of 11 to 18-year-olds couldn't name one.
That's right. Exactly. They couldn't name a single. Yes, absolutely. And that's why we just don't. And yet, what we constantly hear is, gosh, I had no idea that brand was built by a woman. So we're missing a trick by not knowing that women have started so many brands. We hear about what women are not and what we're missing out. And, there's been, a lot of movements around sort of female empowerment. You could say there's been Me Too. But what better than showing what women are actually capable of, rather than showing what they haven't got?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So for any female business owners out there, should they get in touch with By Women Built? I mean, how does it work?
Yes, please. I mean, for any UK businesses that are UK based, unfortunately, we would love to expand internationally. At the moment, it's UK based. But anyone who's got someone in their life who started a business and they just will submit their brand on our website, send in all the details, and we'll contact them and we'll invite them. And the only criteria is you've got to have founded or co-founded the business and be a woman. And it's got to be a consumer brand. And hopefully you'll join this incredible network that you'll find so supportive. So you don't have to build this alone, really.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great idea. And with all the different things that you've done and you're doing, I know you've been an advisor for government on so many different things, and obviously the books. And what's your, I mean, it's probably a difficult question, but what's your typical day like?
Gosh, my day, well, at the moment, to be honest with you, I just By Women Built is we're doing so much that my day is, I have a team again. So I kind of wake up, I sort of get into the shower, have a cold shower to really properly wake myself up, take my dog for a walk. And then the work starts all day. But I absolutely love what I do. And when I sold, Coffee Republic many years ago, and I'm sure there are many people listening to this that would relate. It's great when you retire or when you sell your business, but you just miss that. You miss that energy and that sort of effervescence of pushing yourself a bit and being a bit scared and trying new things and having to learn and having to find a solution. So I feel very lucky. It's taken me a while to find that again, because for a long time I was on the outside thinking, gosh, I used to have a business. I used to be so busy and so loving it and so stimulated. And maybe that's it. I'm never going to do that again. So for me, it's a real blessing that I find myself out in the trenches again and busy. And it's a wonderful feeling. And I'm sure kind of a lot of people will relate to. There's a yearning that you just want to be back out there again doing something.
And you're obviously in touch with and surrounded by lots of successful business women as well, which must be great, must be a really wonderful environment.
Oh my gosh, absolutely incredible. And just every day I get just inspired by how absolutely extraordinary women are. And just, it's them coming together, because each of them were really strong on their own. But when they come together, the power is just multiplied, by hundreds. And what I'm surprised by is a lot of these founders didn't know each other. And suddenly when they found each other, they realized, actually, I think like that and I'm not alone. And it's okay to think like that, because I think the female brain is slightly different. And, we do care a lot about products. We run differently. We're vulnerable. We've got other demands, in our lives, and it's juggling everything, and it's not easy. But when you find other women and they're just like you, having the same challenge as you just feel less alone. I get texts the whole time, messages going, I finally found my tribe. I thought I was alone. I don't feel alone anymore. And that just means the world to me, really.
Oh, definitely. It's wonderful how supportive and encouraging women can be for each other. It's really powerful, as you say.
Absolutely. This idea that women aren't. I mean, women are, by natural definition, they're networkers. They always say what the difference in men and women are. And I think it's true. If there's a problem, remember that old Mars and men go to cave, but women go for chat, right? So for us, the chatting itself is the therapy. We don't have to come up with a solution. We just want someone else to listen to us so we could just vent, and then we're okay again.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, if people want to check out By Women Built, that's the website, bywomenbuilt.com, so they can have a look at all the products and the concept and everything on the website. We've been chatting to Sahar Hashemi, OBE. It's been lovely to chat with you, Sahar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you.